It has been said that it takes a thief to catch a thief, and a con man to catch a con man. The legal profession is full of those well versed in the art of conning. It has to be.
The following video was shot in a magistrate's court, a court de facto, in order to expose what now passes for justice in the UK courts. For the sake of clarity, the following points of law need to be stated. There is no law that demands that a man or woman should have to pay council tax. There is only the 1992 Local Government Finance Act, which, being an Act of Parliament, can only be enforced with consent. This video is about exercising your right to stand under common law. This means not giving consent to a commercial court. All those assuming judicial authority have to swear an oath or attestation to serve the Queen and to uphold the law of the land, or common law. They have no authority to enforce commercial law, the law of the sea, unless you consent. They are obliged to honour their oath when requested and produce evidence of their oath on demand. If they refuse, they dishonour the Queen and her oath to uphold the law of the land, and of course those who have sought to uphold and preserve the law of the land and customs and traditions of the country.
Who are you, sir? I am a lay representative appointed by the agent for Mr. Stephen Barry, who's here with us today, sir. And with solicitor barrister, sir? Sorry? You solicitor barrister? I'm a lay advisor, sir, appointed by the legal... the law... Sit next to me, you may not address the court, and I'm not addressing even you, sir. Mr. Barry, here, please. We claim common law jurisdiction, sir. Is Mr. Barry coming in right? Mr. Barry is here in the court, sir. Mr. Barry, what's you standing in? Have you got your birth certificate?
Then the clerk stands up and abandons the court. This is Mr. Stephen Barry, a birth certificate, a piece of paper, in full view for the clerk and court to see.
No, has he abandoned the court?
The clerk had abandoned the court, then returns with the magistrates. This still shows the moment when the members of the public showed that they did not consent to the jurisdiction of a commercial court. This was shown by not standing up when the magistrates entered the room. The layman then made it clear that common law jurisdiction was being claimed.
Sir, with all due respect, we claim common law jurisdiction.
The layman repeatedly asks the magistrates if they are on oath. They do not honour their oath because they are purely there for issuing summary judgment for profit. In this case, for themselves, the council, and of course the commercial court.
We claim common law jurisdiction, sir. Leave the court. I'll hand you the rest. Sir, you here on your own, sir? Security to court number 1, please. Security to court 1. Sir, are you here on your own? Wish to remain? Stand, please. Those of you who are not wishing to remain will leave the court in security, please.
The clerk again reverts to issuing orders to gain jurisdiction, but the public gallery and the layman stand their ground. Jurisdiction has again been denied.
Are you here on your oath today? Are you here on your oath today? Sir, are you Stephen Barry? Yeah. I'm the lay advisor, the lawful agent for Mr. Stephen Barry, sir. I'm appointed by the man. You have no right to arrest this. First of all, this gentleman, everybody who's sitting will leave court, please. Everybody who's sitting will leave court, please. Will you please be quiet? No, just be quiet. You can ask to leave. You did walk in, you were standing when you walked in.
The magistrate is trying anything to get jurisdiction by assuming the layman is standing for the magistrates, which would give them jurisdiction. The clerk regains some honour by advising the magistrate the lay advisor was already standing, and standing under common law when the magistrates entered the court.
So you're refusing to say that you're on oath, madam, sir? Then we'll call possible to have your arrest. We call possible. Each Thursday, and then everybody else will sit there. I'm not going to lay a finger on it. The magistrates have ordered this man moved. The magistrates have abandoned the court, sir.
The magistrates have abandoned the court as they have not gained jurisdiction, and therefore have no authority, and neither does the clerk.
And I claim on the magistrates have asked you to I claim common law jurisdiction. I claim on the I claim Please don't touch me, or I'll have you. We can touch you. No, you can't. I'm asking you to go. I will tell you to that. Will you go? Sir, if I got wrong on me, I'll sue you for assault under common law. Can you do that?
Yes, he can do that.
Are you coming out now? Yes or no? No, all the policemen. All the policemen. All come. We want to come. We want to come. Constable can hold the.
The lay advisor repeats his request for a constable to be called to the court. The court clerk then advises that the police have already been called. This is not the case, as only a member of the public gallery had at this point called the police.
No, you may not. Have you right to please don't touch me. I warn you, I witnessed the magistrates order this man removed. And these people here are not up to their own. Dennis! Please don't touch me, sir. I'll have you arrested for... Yes, please do. Please call us. Take him out. Please call us. He has told us to take him out. No? Well, he's got the authority to do that. He's no authority. I'm the jurisdiction. They have the board. The court now don't respect their jurisdiction. Don't touch me. Do not touch me. Get off me. Please don't touch me. You are not authorised to touch me. I do not consent to you touching me. Do you understand?
It is left to the stewards to do the clerk's dirty work. It appears that only now the court usher is calling the police. The lay advisor retrieves the birth certificate, Mr. Stephen Barry, the person that was summoned to appear in the court. The steward looks bewildered. However, he did the right thing by not using force. The steward makes peace with the lay advisor. A few minutes later, the police arrive.
Well, allegedly somebody possessed a authority to their magistrate.
The constable listens as the lay advisor explains he has asked for the magistrate's oath and there has been no breach of the peace.
The women uphold the common law. But I think the one in continue because it is a sort of public place. I'm very lucky because you're actually formed by a sensitive to the adult.
The constable has been asked by the lay advisor to honour his oath, which he does. He is now upholding the law of the land and acting as a peace officer. The constable explains the situation to his men and asks them to stand down. However, the sergeant claims that the court belongs to the magistrates, which is untrue.
Breaching the common law offence is not so. Yes, it is. Okay. I need to prove, and I have a lawful right under common law to prove that the person who gave that order has the lawful authority to give that order by seeing their oath. Because in order to give an order in a court of law in this country, you must have sworn an oath. And in respect of you enforcing that order, because you would be then in breach of your right. Oh, please do so that. That's a chief constable. Yeah, no, and please don't take that personally. I don't intend it.
All the officers in yellow are sympathetic to the lay advisor and honouring their duty to uphold the common law.
I will leave with no violence or anything. We will walk of our own accord. But obviously we will then take them under...
Lay advisor asks for the written order from the magistrates to be produced before he leaves the court. Sergeant agrees and goes to get the order.
We respect them as human beings. Sergeant,
20 minutes later, Sergeant returns without a written order.
You can take that up. You can take that up.
The sergeant keeps implying that the Law Society will investigate any grievance. The sergeant returned twice more, without the written order. Mr. Stephen Barry, the legal fiction, the birth certificate, is once again produced in court for and on the record.
For on the record, I place Stephen Barry in front of the court. Okay, does anybody in this courtroom prepared to identify themselves as Stephen Barry?
Lay advisor informs clerk Stephen Barry has been presented to the court for and on the record.
Nobody in this room now is Stephen Barry. Would you like me to bring Mr. Stephen Barry to the court, sir? I'm going to call him one time at a time. Stephen Barry. Sir, I will take Mr. Stephen Barry to court. Would you come to the court? I'm just going to get the other hand on you. But officers, all these people who are not and Superintendent Stephen Barry did not stand when asked to do so, the magistrate took that as a mark.
The clerk asks for those who did not stand to leave or be removed. The constables honour their oaths by not responding to the clerk's orders.
This is Mr. Stephen Barry. He's a legal fiction created by the You've been asking the court. I call Stephen Barry. Mr. Stephen Barry is in the court.
Lay advisor keeps telling the clerk Mr. Stephen Barry is in the court.
Is that criminal conduct? Is that criminal conduct? Have you checked this in
Lay advisor asks for the written order and states again that Mr. Stephen Barry is in the court.
He's been presented to the court. Thank you, sir. Who you say? I'll try to leave that.
We are still waiting for the magistrates to produce a written order. However, time is money, and the council's solicitor, although being paid a small fortune, is getting restless.
I'm now recovering Mr. Stephen Barry on the floor. Sorry? This is Mr. Stephen Barry here.
Sergeant returns for the last time with no written order.
As soon as the magistrate asks you to just leave, and I'll ask you a question. Is the magistrate going to make an order just to
Lay advisor asks once again for a written order. Yes or no would suffice, but Sergeant is still in full-on BS mode, as there is no written order.
Are you able to witness that I presented Stephen Barry in the court? That's Stephen Barry there, he's the legal fiction.
Mr. Stephen Barry, the legal fiction, or birth certificate, is once again produced in court, for and on the record.
For on the record, I placed Stephen Barry in front of the court.
Once again, those in the public gallery, by remaining seated, deny the corporate court jurisdiction.
Stephen Barry got identified himself. As lay agent for Stephen Barry is present in the court, represented by the legal fiction which is raised for the third person. Stephen Barry is that a legal person, sir? Sir, we do not appear to have responded to the court, so everybody...
The magistrate then asks all those seated in the public gallery to leave, which of course they do not, as it would give the magistrate jurisdiction. The lay advisor asks if we are in contempt. The magistrate then repeats that we should leave the court. This would enable jurisdiction and get us all thrown in the cells. The magistrate then throws in the old contempt of court chestnut, yet they still have no jurisdiction. The magistrates then throw in the towel and abandon the court for the last time.
They've abandoned the court. The court takes judicial notice that the magistrates have abandoned the court. I am therefore the highest authority in this case, and because the magistrates have abandoned the court, we dismiss the case.
As the magistrates have abandoned the court for the third time and have never had jurisdiction, the lay advisor informs the court he is now the highest authority and leads the lay advisors out of the court. The only jurisdiction in the court was therefore common law, and the police constables honoured their oath. Case dismissed under common law.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Constable. I'm glad all the criminals have been caught in
Clerk and magistrates failed in all their attempts to get jurisdiction. The legal fiction appeared in court 3 times. The lay advisor remained in control of the court. The magistrates could not make a judgment and threw in the towel. Whilst your associates informed me that you were present in court, it is unfortunate that you did not make yourself known to me or the court. Stephen Barry registered his name on arrival at court and was seen by 14 witnesses. Mr. Stephen Barry, legal fiction summonsed, was presented to the court on 3 occasions. This too was seen by 14 witnesses and also by you watching this film. This makes the counsel, solicitors and magistrates' testimony spurious. And if that's not bad enough, the hearing started at 12:30 as the clerk delayed the case for 2.5 hours. But the liability order was signed at 10 AM before the hearing. Yes, before the hearing. Judgment was passed before the case was even heard. Liability order in respect of council tax. Date 21st of January 2010, 1000 hours. Cumbrawn Magistrates Court.